The Art of War by Sun Tzu, a book written over 2500 years ago. Yet, its principles are still relevant today, not just in the warfare, but in businesses too. Well, friends, have you ever wondered how ancient military tactics could help you to succeed in the corporate worlds? Well, friends, you are here for treat today because today we are going to explore 100 war strategies that can applied to businesses. These are not just theories, they are practicals, time tested methods that have been used by successful leaders for centuries. So let's dive in and see how you can use these strategies to dominate in your industry. First up, we have know yourself and know your enemy. This strategy is all about understanding your strengths and the weaknesses, but it's also about understanding your competitors. In businesses, this means conducting thorough market research. Analyze your company's capabilities. Study your competitors' move. Well, this knowledge will help you to make informed decisions. It will give you an edge in negotiations and the strategic planning. Next, let's talk about winning without fighting. In war, the ultimate victory is to win without engaging any battle. In businesses, this translates to gaining market share without confrontation. It's about finding untapped markets, creating new demands, innovating in a ways that make competitors irrelevant. Think about how Netflix changed the game of video rental. They didn't directly fight Blockbuster. They created the new market altogether. Moving on to the deception is a key. Now, friends, we are not talking about lying or unethical practices here. In businesses, this strategy is about keeping your plans secret. It's about surprising your competitors with unexpected moves. Well, Apple is a master at this. They keep their products developments under wraps. This creates a buzz and keeps competitor guessing. Let's consider the attack where the enemy is unprepared. In businesses, this means identifying and exploiting gaps in the market. Look for areas where your competitors are weak. Maybe it's customer service or product quality or pricing. Identify these weaknesses and make them your strengths. The best strategy is to attack the enemy's strategy. Well, this is about understanding your competitors' game plan. Once you know their strategy, you can work on disturbing it. For example, if competitors rely heavily on price cutting, you should focus on the high quality and the brand value instant. This nullifies their strategy and the plays to your strengths. Now, friends, let's talk about the adaptability. In war, conditions change very rapidly. The same is true in the businesses. Market shifts, consumer preferences evolve, technology advance. The businesses that survive and thrive are those that can adapt very quickly. Well, think about how quickly companies pivoted during the COVID 19 pandemics. Restaurants started offering delivery services, while gyms moved to the online classes. Adaptability is a key to survival. Here is an interesting one. Use the enemy's resources against them. In businesses, this could mean hiring talent from your competitors or learning from their mistakes, or even partnering with them in certain areas. Well, many tech companies, for instance, hire for or hire from their competitors. Well, this brings in a valuable industry knowledge and weakens the competition. Now let's consider the importance of terrain. In war, understanding the battlefield is a very crucial. In businesses, your terrain is your market. Well, understanding your market trends, consumer behaviors, economic conditions, these are all parts of your business terrains. Master this and you will have a significant advantages. Now let's friends move this new strategy, that is here is a strategy that's often overlooked. Treat your soldiers well. In businesses, your employees are your soldiers. Treat them very well and they will fight hard for your company. This means fair compensation, good working conditions, growth opportunities. Companies like Google's are famous for their employees' perks, and it pays off in the productivity and the loyalty. Now, friends, let's talk about the power of alliances. In war, alliances can tip the balance of power. The same is true in the businesses too. Strategic partnership can open new markets. They can provide access to new technologies or help in the competing against larger rivals. Think about how car manufacturers often partners with tech companies for in-car entertainment system. Here is an important one. Keep your forces united. In businesses, this means maintaining a strong company culture, ensuring all departments are aligned towards a common goals. It's about breaking down silos, fostering communications and the collaboration. Companies with a strong on-field cultures often outperform their competitors. Let's consider the element of surprise. In war, surprise attacks can be devastating. In businesses, surprise moves can catch competitors off guard. This could be a sudden product launch or unexpected merger or acquisitions. Well, Amazon's acquisitions of Whole Foods is a great example of this. It caught the retail industry by surprise and shook up the market. Here is a strategy that becoming increasingly important. Information is a power. In the digital age, data is a king. Companies that can collect, analyze, and act on data have a huge advantages. This is why tech giants like Google and the Facebook are so powerful. They have a vast amount of the user data that they can leverage for business decisions. Now, friends, let's talk about momentum. In war, momentum can be crucial for victory. In businesses, it's about capitalizing on success. When you have a successful product or campaign, don't rest on your laurels. Use that momentum to push forward, expand into new markets, launch new products, keep the momentum going. Here is an interesting strategy. Make noise in the east, attack in the west. In businesses, this is about misdirection. It's creating a distraction to mask your real intentions. For example, a company might hint at entering one market while secretly preparing to enter another. This can be this can keep competitors guessing and off balance. Let's consider the direct approach. Sometimes the direct or indirect path isn't the best one. In businesses, this might mean entering a market through an unconventional route or solving a problem unexpectedly. Next is a crucial strategy, which is know when to fight and when not to fight. In businesses, this means choosing your battles very wisely. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing. Not every competitors need to be challenged directly. Sometimes it's better to focus on your strengths and let competitors exhaust themselves in areas where you are weak. Now, friends, let's talk about the art of subtlety. In war, sometimes the most effective moves are the ones the enemy don't see. In businesses, this could means making small, incredible changes. Changes that add up the significant improvement over time. This Kaizen approach has been used successfully by many Japanese companies. Here is an important one: maintain discipline. In war, discipline can means the difference between victory and the defeat. In businesses, it's about sticking to your strategy, not getting distracted by short-term goals, maintaining focus on long-term goals. Well, this discipline is what separates truly successful companies from the rest. Now, let's consider the use of spies. Now, friends, we are not talking about corporate spies here. In businesses, your spies are your market researchers, your customer feedback channels, your data analyst. They provide valuable intelligence about the market and your competitors. Here is a strategy that often overlooked: the importance of timing. In war, attacking at the right moment can be a crucial. In businesses, timing is everything. Launching a new product too early or too late can spell disaster. Entering a market at a wrong time can waste resources. Understanding a market cycle and the consumer trends is a key to getting timing right. Now, friends, let's talk about flexibility in the planning. No plan survives contact with the enemy. In businesses, no strategy survives contact with the market unchanged. Be prepared to adjust your plans as conditions change. Have a contagious in a place. Be ready to pivot when necessary. Here is an interesting one: create something from nothing. In war, this might means creating illusion of the strengths. When you are weak, in businesses, it's about innovation, creating new markets, identifying unmet needs. Companies like Apple excel at this. They create products that people didn't even know they wanted. Let's consider now the power of patience. Sometimes the best strategy is to wait. Wait for the right opportunity. Wait for competitors to make mistakes. Wait for market conditions to improve. Patience can be a powerful tool in businesses. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of moral. In war, high morals can help armies overcome great odds. In businesses, it's about creating a positive company culture. Motivated employees are more productive. They are more creative. They provide better customer service. Well, investing in a employee's moral can pay big dividends. Here is a crucial strategy: lead by examples. In war, generals who lead from the front inspire their troops. In businesses, leaders who embody company's value inspire their teams. Think about leaders like Richard Branson or Elon Musk. Their passion and the commitment sets the tone for their entire organizations. Now let's consider the power of perception. In war, appearing strong can be as important as actual being strong. In businesses, brand perception is a crucial. How customer perceive your brand can be more important than the actual quality of your products. This is why companies invest so heavily on branding and the marketing. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of supply lines. In war, armies can't fight without supplies. In businesses, your supply chain is a crucial. Efficient logistic can give you a significant competitive advantages. Just look at how Amazon has revolutionized e-commerce with its logistic network. Here is an interesting strategy: divide and conquer. In war, this means splitting enemies' focus or forces to weaken them. In businesses, it could mean segmenting or segmentation of your market, tailoring your products or services to specific customer groups. This allows you to better meet customer needs and the increase market shares. Now let's consider the use of terrain. In war, using the landscape to your advantage is crucial. In businesses, this means understanding and then leveraging your market conditions, economic trends, regulatory environments, and the cultural factors. All these from the terrain of your business's landscape. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of speed. In war, being able to move quickly can give you a significant advantage. In businesses, speed to market can be crucial. Being first to market with new products or services can give you a huge head start. But it's not just about product launches, it's about being able to make decisions very quickly, to adapt to changing conditions faster than your competitors. Here is a strategy that's becoming increasingly important: cyber security. In a modern warfare, protecting against a cyber attack is very crucial. The same is true in businesses. Data breaches can be devastating. They can damage your reputation, lead to financial losses, even legal consequences. Investing in a robust cybersecurity measures is no longer optional, it's a necessity. Friends, let's consider the power of alliances. In war, alliances can shift the balance of power. In businesses, strategic partnership can be a game changers. They can help you to enter new markets, access new technologies, or compete against larger rivals. Think about how smaller tech companies offer partner with the giants like a Google or Microsoft. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of intelligence. In war, good intelligence can make all the differences. In businesses, market intelligence is crucial. Understanding your customers, tracking your competitors, staying on top of industry needs. All these can give you a significant competitive advantages. Here is an interesting strategy: the use of deception. In war, deceiving the enemy about your intention can be crucial. In businesses, this doesn't mean lying or unethical behavior. It's about keeping your plans secret, surprising your competitors with unexpected moves. Many tech companies are master at this, keeping their products development under wrap until they launch. Now let's consider the importance of training. In war, well-trained troops are more effective. In businesses, Investing in employees training and development is a very crucial. It improves the productivity, increases innovations, enhances employee satisfaction and the retentions. Companies like Google's are famous for their employee development programs. Now, friends, let's talk about the power of motivation. In war, motivated troops fight very harder. In businesses, motivated employees perform very better. This goes beyond just financial incentives. It's about creating a sense of purpose, helping employees to see how their work contributes to the company's mission. Well, companies with highly motivated workforces often outperform their competitors. Now, here is a strategy that's often overlooked: the importance of rest. In war, troops need rest to perform at their best. In businesses, the same is true for employees. Burnout is a real issue in many industries. Well, companies that prioritize work life balance often see improved productivity and the creativity. Now, let's consider the use of technology. In modern warfare, technology superiority can be a game changer. The same is true in a businesses too. Investing in the right technologies can dramatically improve your efficiency, enhance product qualities, and improve customer services. But it's not just about having the latest tech, it's about using it very effectively. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of logistics. In war, armies can't fight without supplies. In businesses, efficient logistic can give you a significant competitive advantage. It's not just about moving products, it's about managing your entire supply chain from procurement to delivery. Companies like Walmart and Amazon have built their success on superior logistics. Here is an interesting strategy: the use of psychological warfare. In war, breaking the enemy's will to fight can be as effective as defeating them in a battle. In businesses, this translates to marketing and the branding, creating a strong brand that resonate with the customers. Well, that creates emotional connections. This can be a more powerful than competing on price or features alone. Now, friends, let's consider the importance of adaptability. In war, condition can change very rapidly. The same is true in a businesses. Market shifts, technologies evolve, consumers' preferences changes. Companies that can adapt quickly to these changes are more likely to survive and thrive. Now, let's talk about the power of surprise. In war, surprise attack can be devastating. In businesses, unexpected moves can catch competitors off guard. This could be a sudden product launch, an unexpected merger or acquisition, or entering a completely new market. The element of surprise can give you a significant competitive advantages. Here is a strategy that's becoming very increasingly important: sustainability. In modern warfare, considering the long term environment or environmental impact is a very crucial. In businesses, sustainability is becoming a key factor for success. It's not just about being environmental friendly, it's about creating businesses that are sustainable in the long term, both economically and ecologically. So let's consider the use of disinformation. In war, spreading false information can confuse the enemy. In businesses, this doesn't mean lying or spreading fake news. It's about controlling the narratives around your brand, managing public relations very effectively, countering negative publicity with the positive stories. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of moral. In war, high morals can help troops to overcome great odds. In businesses, a positive company culture can drive success. It leads to higher productivity, better customer services, more innovations. Companies with strong, positive cultures often outperform their competitors. Here is an interesting strategy: the use of terrain. In war, using the landscape to your advantages is a crucial. In businesses, this means understanding and the leveraging market conditions, economic trends, regulatory environments, cultural factors, all these from the terrain of your business's landscape. Now, friends, let's consider the power of alliances. In war, alliances can shift the balance of power. In businesses, strategic partnership can be a game changer. They can help you to enter new markets, access new technologies, or compete against larger rivals. Think about how car manufacturers often partner with tech companies for in-car entertainment systems. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of supply chains or supply lines. In war, armies can't fight without supplies. In businesses, your supply chain is very crucial. Well, efficient logistic can give you a significant competitive advantages. Just look at how Amazon has revolutionized e-commerce with its only logistic networks. Now, here is a strategy that's often overlooked: the power of retreat. In war, sometimes retreating is the best option to avoid total defeat. In businesses, this might means existing unprofitable markets, discontinuing underperforming products. It's about knowing when to cut your losses and regroup. Now, let's consider the use of decoy. In war, decoy can be distract the enemy from your real intentions. In businesses, this might means running multiple projects simultaneously, keeping competitors guessing about your true focuses, or launching a smaller products to test the market before a major release. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of unity. In war, united forces are stronger than a divided one. In businesses, this means fostering teamwork and the collaboration, breaking down silos between departments, ensuring everyone is working towards common goal. Companies with strong, unified cultures often outperform their competitors. Now, friends, here is an interesting strategy: the use of spies. In war, spies provides valuable intelligence about the enemy. In businesses, your spies are your market researchers, your customer feedback channels, your data analysts. They provide some valuable intelligence about the markets and the competitors. Now, let's consider the power of patience. Sometimes the best strategy is to wait. Wait for the right opportunities. Wait for competitors to make mistakes. Wait for market conditions to improve. Patience can be a powerful tool in the businesses. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of training. In war, well trained troops are more effective. In businesses, investing in the employee training and the development is a very crucial. It improves productivity, increases innovations, enhances employee satisfaction and the retentions. Companies like Google are famous for their employees development programs. Now, here is a strategy that's becoming increasingly important: the use of data. In modern warfare, Data analysts can provide crucial insight. In businesses, big data and analytics are becoming key competitive advantages. They can help you to understand your customers better, optimize your operations, make more informed decisions. Companies that can effectively collect and analyze data often outperform their competitors. Now, friends, let's consider the power of perception. In war, appearing strong can be as important as actually being strong. In businesses, brand perception is a very crucial. How customers perceive your brand can be a more important than the actual quality of your products. This is why companies invest heavily on branding and the marketing part. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of flexibility. In war, rigid plans often fail when they meet reality. In businesses, being able to adapt quickly to changing condition is very crucial. Market shifts, technology evolves, and consumer preferences change very quickly. Companies that can pivot quickly when needed are more likely to survive and thrive in the market. Here is an interesting strategy: the use of misdirection. In war, misdirection can confuse the enemy about your true intentions. In businesses, this might mean hinting at entering one market while secretly preparing to enter another, or focusing public attention on one aspect of your business while making significant changes in the another area. Now let's consider the power of persistency. In war, persistence can wear down even a stronger enemy. In businesses, persistency is often key to success. Many successful entrepreneurs faces multiple failures before achieving success. It's about not giving up in a face of setbacks, learning from failures and keeping pushing forwards. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of timing. In war, attacking at right moment can be very crucial. In businesses, timing is everything. Launching a product too early or too late can spell disaster. Entering a market at a wrong time can waste resources. Understanding market cycle and the consumer trends is a key to getting timing right. Here is a strategy that's often overlooked: the power of simplicity. In war, complex plans are more likely to go wrong. In businesses, simplicity can be a powerful tool. Simple products that do one things well often outperform features landed competitors. Simple messaging is often more effective than complex marketing campaigns. Simplicity is operations Simplicity in operations can lead to greater efficiency and the fewer mistakes. Now let's consider the use of unconventional tactics. In war, unconventional tactics can catch the enemy off guard. In businesses, thinking outside the box can lead to breakthrough innovations, disruptive business models, unique marketing approaches. Companies that dare to be different often stand out in the crowded markets. Now, friends, let's talk about the importance of moral. In war, high morals can help troops to overcome great odds. In businesses, positive company culture can drive success. It leads to the higher productivity, better customer services, more innovations. Companies with strong, positive cultures often outperform their competitors. Now, friends, here is an interesting strategy: the use of terrain. In war, using the landscape to your advantage is very crucial. In businesses, this means understanding and the leveraging market conditions, economic trends, regulatory environments, cultural factors. All these from the terrain of your business's landscape. Now, let's consider the power of alliances. In war, alliances can shift the balance of power. In businesses, strategic partnerships can be game changer. They can help you to enter new markets, access new technologies, or compete against larger rivals. Think about how smaller tech companies often partner with the giants like a Google or Microsoft.